Hello friend, welcome back. In this video, I will start a new session. It's about how can deal with REST API and Mongoose. So that will be one of the simple projects. So first of all, I want to create one of the connection with our Mongoose server. Okay, so that is our Mongoose server. Here I want to create one of the connection, and also I will create two of this model. One will be as a user model, another will be as a task model. Okay, let's do that work. For doing this, I want to first of all install that our package.json. Just go to that view and open the terminal. And you can see that is our appropriate file location, that is our desktop, and in this desktop I have created one of the folder as a task. So if you want to create that package.json, I hope you already remember that part. That will be the npm and then init, npm init, and I want to make it every questions will be as a yes, so I make dash yes. Okay, now if you click as enter, now it will be created one of the package.json. You can see it's now created one of the package.json, which is totally fine. And also I want to create one of the connection with our Mongoose server. For the reasons here, I want to install that Mongoose. That will be the npm and install or I mongoose. So now I want to also install that Mongoose. Now click as enter. Now that will be install that Mongoose, all that requirement package in here. Okay, it may take little time. Better when it will be done, then I'll come back again. Now you can see our npm Mongoose is also successfully installed, right? So now I want to create one of the connection with the Mongoose. For the reasons in our task folder here, I want to create one of the new file as index.js. So into this index.js, what exactly you have to do, that will be the same procedure that I have done before. Simply go to Mongoose.js, and here I want to copy it. I simply copy it, and now in here I want to paste it. So right now I want to take that server name as a task. Okay, I name it as a task. So that will be our server name, which is totally fine, and it will be input our Mongoose. And now we are using that then method and the catch method. So if everything okay, then that will be display one of the message as a server is connected, this type of one of the message, right? So procedure will be just like the same before. Into the console log, okay, into the console log area, I want to display one of the message. It will be displayed as a database is connected. Okay, database is connected. So this type of the message will be displayed, and also I want to add that catch into the catch method. That will be the same. Here I want to pass that error, and into this error area it will be display. It will be display our this error. So into the console error. So console and then error. Into the console error area I want to display this error. Okay, simple work. Now our everything should be great. So now I want to check it. If you now click as a save all, and here I want to check with the node and index, right? So that will be the node index. If everything okay, now that should be displayed on the message as a database is connected. Now click as enter. Yeah, you can see it's now successfully displayed as a database is connected. So now we have to create two of this model. Okay, I want to create two of this model, and also before creating this model I want to create one of the schema. I hope you already remember that part. So I make it as a constant and name it as a user. And for the user I want to create another schema. Okay, schema, and then that will be the new, and then with this Mongoose, and then that will be the schema, right? So that is the schema. I simply loaded that schema here. For this schema I want to add some of the field. Like I want to add one of the name field. I want to make that name field will be as a string type. Okay, I make it as a string. So that will be the string, which is totally fine. I want to take another field as a age. Age will be one of the number type, right? So that will be as a number. I want to make it as a number type, and I want to take another one as a email. Okay, email field will be as a string. I make it as a string, and then also the password, I make that password, and password field will be also as a string. Okay, I simply take that all that field in here. So now name field will be as a string, age field will be as a number type, email will be as a string type, password will be as a string type. So now I want to create one of the model for this user. So that will be same concept. That is a constant. I name it as a user, and user will be with the first of all that is a Mongoose, right? That is a Mongoose, and with this Mongoose I want to create another model. So that is our model method, and here I name it that will be as a user. I name it as a user. Great. And now I want to pass our schema all that field. I take that things with this variable. Now here I simply passed it. Okay, so I simply pass it in here. Great. And now I want to create another schema. I want to create another schema for the task. So that will be the constant, and I want to name it as a task. Okay, task schema, and then with the new, and then Mongoose. So that will be the Mongoose, and Mongoose I want to add that same as a schema. So I simply loaded that schema. Okay, and now for this task I want to take two of this field. One will be as a description, and description will be as a string type. Okay, I make it as a string type, and also I take another one is completed, and is completed I want to make it as a, that will be as a boolean type, right, as a yes or not. So that will be as a boolean. I make it as a boolean type. Great. Here we successfully done it. Now we have to create another model for this task. So if you want to create it, that will be the same as a constant. I hope, friend, you understand every part, because we have already done that basic concept. Now we are developing one of the projects. So that was a Mongoose, and Mongoose I want to create another model. So that is our model method, and into this model I will name it as a task. Okay, task. So I name it as a task, and here I want to pass all that our schema data. So schema data, I take it with this task schema. So here I simply pass it, and here I have created our database name. Our database name will be as a task, right? So friend, now I want to organize it. Like that is our one of the model, and also that is our another model, right? If you want to segment both of these in another page, then that will be better, rather than everything will be in our index page. So if you want to do that work into the task area, I want to create one of the folder. Okay, here I want to create one of the folder as a model. I simply create one of the folder, and into this folder area I want to create one of the new file. Okay, I want to create one of the new file, and I just name it as a user.js, and also I want to create another file in here. Okay, I want to create another file as a new file, and I just name it as a task.js. So I simply created both of this file in our model folder. Okay, now I want to take our this part. That means this part will be for our user. I copy it, and now in our user I paste it, and also another part for the task I copy it. That is the schema, and then our model, right? Now I want to paste it. Great. So now if you want to actually here, if you add it, then also we have to export it, right? We have to export our user, then we are able to access our this page. So if you want to do that work, then that will be the module. So that will be the module, and with this module I want to export. So that is a module export, export our which name, that will be the user. Okay, I want to export this user. And also the same things we have to do for our task. I also want to export our task. So I name it as a task. Okay, so that will be the task. Great. So from here I export this task, I export this user. Now I want to add both of this in our index. Okay, so right now we don't need this. I have already taken it, and also we don't need this. So both of this now we have to input in here. So that will be as a constant. I name that as a user, because from here I pass that, I export it by the user, right? And then we have to allocate our file location. That will be the require, and into this require area, first of all, that is our path. That is how you can see it's also display the model, and into this model area I want to load that user. Okay, so that will be the user. Great. And also the same, that is I want to take that our task. So that is our task, and task will be as a require. That is our require, and then first of all our model name, and that is a model, and then into this model I want to load our file name as a task. So I simply import both of these in here. Okay friend, I hope it is very much clear to you. Now I click as a save all. So in our next video I want to add some of the validation in here. Okay, in our schema, that is our user schema, that is our task schema. Here I want to add some of the validation. How can do that work? I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.